do listen and do get out the vote over the next 2 days. This is your new union. Myself, Owen, Karen are gone to 3 brand new full-timers coming in as well. So make sure you listen to what they have to say and get out the vote the next 2 days. I'm going to pass this over to Glenn here from USI. Glenn is the Vice President of Campaigns from USI. He's going to host it, he's going to explain the rules of the Hustings team now. So can we get a round of applause for Glenn for coming out?
Thank you very much for the candidates. Alright, just first and foremost, I'm just going to explain very quickly how this is going to go down. I'm just here to basically make sure that people are playing the ball, not the man or woman, and that it's kept nice and clean and there are no personal attacks or anything like that. So, first of all, we have 4 part-time positions that are going to have basically a hosting session here. So that's positions of external events officer, equality officer, internal events officer, and clubs and stocks officer. Each candidate for those positions will be given a maximum of 3 minutes to speak. And then basically for your positions of Deputy President for Welfare and Deputy President for Education, those positions will each receive 4 minutes maximum to speak. We have 2 candidates for the position of President who will each receive 5 minutes to speak. And after each position is finished, there will be an opportunity for questions at the floor. I'd encourage you all to have a think about what you've asked. Make sure you do get some questions in here. It's a serious job to go. There's a lot of changes happening in Tallaght over the next couple of years. It's important to make sure that you guys are all represented in the best way you can be. So without further ado, it's about this one. So can I ask the candidates for the chairman and to stand me on the stage, please? Nicole Conley and Jonathan O'Driscoll. Okay, so your first candidate for external events officer is Nicole Conley.
Hello everybody, I'm Nicole Conley and I'm running for external events here in ITT. I'm currently in first year studying advertising and marketing communications, and I'm running for this role because I feel like I'm suited to position due to my own experience. Currently I'm working in events as an events coordinator, which gives me a really good insight in what kind of people age 18 to 23 kind of. I work in a lot of promotion agencies and I really like to be able to take part in pushing and for ITT. I'm really outgoing and like many people do in here, I'm a good party. I'm also really easy to talk to, and so if anyone ever wants to throw anything at me, if they see me I don't bite. As a position coming into with great work from the lads in this year, it's basically what I want to do is push some more successful events. The main things I'd like to focus on would be social media and student opinions, specific nights for years, and kind of themed nights and more events throughout the year. But in social media I'd like to be doing push more events and to get things going a lot more on Facebook and have more involvement. I'd like to be able to run competitions and have polls set up online so that people could throw their ideas and say what they'd actually like to see. On student opinions, I'd like to be able to have the students more involved and know what you want to see. For this year, I've noticed that a lot of things have come down to people looking at house music and DJs. I'd like to be able to go on a different direction and promote more different and see what other people would like. On nights for specific years, I'd like to be able to do things for first years when they first come in. I know there's Freshers Week, that doesn't really focus just on first years, it focuses obviously on first and second years. I'd like to be able to have a night for first years at the start of the year so they can all get to know each other and obviously the same boat. And then going on for second, third and fourth years, kind of things like before exams and more things throughout the year to keep us all going. I'm not really focused on just nights out either. I'd like to be able to do daytime events as well. So things like going to Quasar, bowling, quadding, paintballing, things that other people might enjoy more than going out and drinking. I'd like to run obviously another UK mystery tour, as this year it was really successful. With the clubs and societies, I'd like to be able to organise events for them as just a club together. And obviously, another thing I'd like to do would be videography for promotion events. I hope that's enough to say today, and hope number one.
Thanks, Nicole. Your next speaker is... Next speaker is Jonathan O'Driscoll, and you have 3 minutes candidate.
I'm Jonathan O'Driscoll, second year marketing student here at Tallaght, and I'm running for the position of external events for the 2015-2016 year. I've seen firsthand from working with the previous entity what it takes and what needs to be done from these events successfully and make sure people go. I want to build on the great work from the lads last year and try to get bigger and better events with bigger acts, venues, and more diverse socials, so it appeals to more people and more people will go. I plan on varying the music and venues. I plan to have more themed events, such as the Bebo Spinner Ball, the Domino's Ball, and the SU. The Domino's Ball and the SU was a great success. I brought people over to the student union after college was over, and we all just sat down and had a conversation without any drink or anything. We just sat down, ate together, and everyone made a lot of friends out of it. The main thing to me is to make sure the students have a great social experience and something to look forward to between CAs and after exams, because we all know how stressful it can be getting through those CAs and exams. I feel big events to look forward to, and this will take the stress off you during your exams and CAs, so you won't have to be stressed around and have to look forward to it. After. I feel this year will be a big year for events in college, and I feel I have what it takes to ensure everyone has a great year. I feel I can be the service, and I hope I can be the one who enjoys these events with you as your external events officer. As for clubs and societies, the best night of the year to me is the clubs and soccer ball. So I want to have more societies together with events, so I can help run these events, so everyone from their societies can be together without just playing matches or doing what they do. The clubs and soccer ball to me is a great success because it's such a big turnout and everyone has such a great time. Thanks for listening. Please don't hesitate to ask any questions.
Okay, are there any questions candidates for the position of external events officer? I'm going to take questions directed at both candidates. So show of hands in the crowd, any questions? Anybody? Sorry, yeah, one question over here.
Here, miss. Yeah, there you go. I want to know how both candidates plan on increasing the events budget, or how they plan on getting more money to run all their amazing plans for events.
Okay, I'm going to take an answer from Jonathan on that one for 6 seconds.
I plan on getting sponsorship from as much things as I can, fundraising, raffles and things such as that. Pubs, obviously, and clubs aren't doing that great, so they'll be jumping on any opportunity to get students into the place. So I feel if we go to nightclubs and ask them to do us a deal, but again, it will be mainly through sponsorship and fundraising where I'll get all this money.
Alright, Nicole, take it on to you 6 seconds.
Obviously, again, with sponsorship and it helps pushing the budget, although it's been a struggle in previous years, going to nightclubs and obviously like for balls and stuff, lunchrooms, stuff you're able to get them, and nightclubs and companies can help you to get them free of charge. With events as well, with work and with more students involved, it'd be easier to get events pushed more. And if there was to be more done, obviously students come back.
Are there any other questions for the candidates for the position of external events officer? Okay, can I have a round of applause then for your 2 candidates for external events, Paul Conley and Jonathan O'Driscoll. position is for your part-time officer, quality officer. There's one candidate for this position, so I'd ask Michael Pearson to join us on stage now, please. Speaker, you have 3 minutes.
Hello everyone, for those who don't know me, my name is Michael Kiernan. I'm a third year digital media student and the current Clubs and Societies officer for the Student Union. I will be your quality officer, and I emphasise the word your because the role is what you ask of the person who holds the position. I plan to meet the incoming students during orientation week to encourage them in the Tallaght to talk about the role of quality officer and what the role can do for the students, as in past, because in past years the role has had a grey area with not a lot of students knowing about the role or knowing what the role of the quality officer can do for you. With a diverse dynamic of students and cultures in the college, I would like to see these showcased during Social Justice Week to celebrate. This would hopefully include performances, food tasting and informational stands about each culture and the history within the college. I would like to run a campaign then to raise awareness of the many students within the college that may have a disability and to try to remove the stigma around the word of disability. I would also like to work with the Clubs and Societies officer elect to ensure that clubs and societies are accessible to all students and that if they are not currently, that we find a solution to this issue. I have currently looked briefly at this issue as Clubs and Societies officer, but it will require a lot more time and effort on both behalf of the Clubs and Societies officer elect and myself if I am to be elected. The Rainbow Society is one that has slipped under the radar in previous years. The work that the current equality officer has done to reform the society is nothing but amazing, and because of that and its current members, the society is at its strongest in years. Unfortunately, the stigma attached to being LGBT, I would like to find a way for those who may not necessarily feel comfortable joining up or who are not out to still be involved and join so they can feel safe and secure in a respected environment and not be judged. Lastly, on the 22nd of May this year, the people of Ireland will to extend civil marriage to citizens. This is including same-sex couples. This is a historic movement for Ireland and for LGBT. It is a real opportunity for students of Ireland to let their voices be heard. We want equality. We want to support LGBT people, and we will vote on May 22nd to make this happen. Beyond no doubt, it is the youth of Ireland that will influence the outcome of this momentous referendum. So please do not be complacent. Get out and vote. Equality needs. In conclusion, I am unopposed, but I still need everyone's votes on tomorrow and Thursday. So I can vote and vote for me to be your voting officer. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Speaker. Are there any questions for the candidate for the position of quality officer? Any questions at all? Everybody's happy enough? Okay, we'll take a round of applause then for Michael. Obviously, training on the hands there. Right, moving swiftly on, we've one position. Candidate position of the Chair Events Officer, could I ask Graham O'Connell to join us on stage, please? Okay, so Graham, you will have 3 minutes to address the crowd.
Graham O'Connell, I'm a first year student. I'm running the system of Chair Events, and I think that that's what I feel I can help everybody in Tallaght have a better time while we're here. I'm no stranger to the social aspect of Tallaght. Since freshman week, I've been to every club event and I've loved every movie. I feel I can continue to improve on the great work of previous health officers. I'm also more than willing to take any suggestion into account as what people would like to see done. And easy talking, you can stop in the corridor and you can have a chat about what you'd like to see done. I'm definitely freshman week, grad week, and even shy week, more engaging with the student body with events bigger and better than before. Not only that, I intend to make on-campus and outside campus events more regular. I hope to make them bi-weekly or monthly, as I feel that events now that are very good are currently far too spread out. As stated in my manifesto, I intend to improve the social aspect of ITT with regular events and Metro and Shell Michael will lot more drinking games, cheaper drinks, DJs, game nights, and dedicated student night. If going out and drinking fitting your style, and tend to make non-alcoholic events more evident with comedy gigs, live musicians, movie nights and more. Being in college for 2, 3 or 4 years is hard enough without having time to let loose and have a good time. Before we're all out here to be responsible adults. Find life that I promise that if you're willing to get involved, you will have some of the best time of your life with me as your internal rights officer. And I hope that tomorrow and the next day you'll vote me for my your internal rights officer. Sorry for the short speech, but thank you all for taking the time out of your day to listen to me speak.
Right, so back to the floor. Any questions for the position of internal rights officer? One question from over here. General question again, similar to the ends officer question. It's about how the candidate entails getting more money into the ends budget.
Of course, sponsorship and donations would be nice, but any way I can get from a nightclub or selling tickets to any events is how I would do so. Thank you.
Any other questions? One question over here, I think it's from a fellow candidate. Right, so considering that the position has to compete with students hours, what are the candidates' specific plans to engage students here in Tallaght with internals?
I'd like to make events more easily accessible, be it on campus, because if people are coming from faraway areas, if an event is in, say, the metro or on campus, rather than Sean nightclub, but that's going to be left early, last bus home somehow, and yeah, no very good questions.
Right, so we're going to move on to the next position. So can I have a round of applause for your candidate for internal rights officer, Claire Home? And we'll ask the candidates. Sorry, thanks, man. Right, could I have the candidates for the position of gloves and soft socks show me on the stage, please? I see two candidates, Hugh President and Taylor Cruchoy. I'm going to ask Hugh to speak first, and you'll have 3 minutes here.
So, good afternoon everyone. Thanks for joining me in what's like a greenhouse or canteen. I decided to wear a cardigan thing today, and I think you're right, I'm going to melt up here. But anyway, before I do, I'd like to just outline my plan on why I would like to be your Clubs and Societies Officer for 2015 to 2016. So I'm not going to go into the detail of my manifesto. It's published just up at the foyer. You'll be able to read it if you want to, or it's online on my Facebook page. What plans I have that will affect you directly as students, whether you're being general society members or committees and helping to grow more society. So basically, one thing that I've seen this year, big time, is the work that the Student Union has done to facilitate movie nights for clubs and societies. So societies wanted to run, clubs and societies wanted to run movie nights. The Student Union have very graciously donated their back until 7 or 8 o'clock to let them stay in the union and watch movies. This has been brilliant. But if they're not available, societies and clubs have to move over to college to watch their movies. Unfortunately, rooms aren't available for more than 2 hours and a straight run. If the movie's more than 2 hours long, you have to change room halfway through and go and watch it somewhere else. I want to campaign and work with the college to get a room dedicated to clubs and societies. If that was the case, it would be open 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. for clubs and societies to go have meetings, run events, run training, run classes, whatever they want, and would also be fitted with lockers so it can be used for storage of equipment as well. Another thing that I want to touch on is budgeting. Budget for the college has been run over the years, we all know it's an issue. I can't say that I'm going to get more money from the college because I simply don't think it's fair. I want to work with clubs and societies to help gain corporate sponsorship for them. This might mean the first year they'll only get €200, but after several years working with companies, they can build up more and more sponsorship and work to build a very functional relationship and get more money and work effectively with the company. I would also want a bonding trip for committee members, as this year we saw a lot more committees work together for events, and that has led to more members of both societies. People have realised, oh, I like things in this society or this club, I might as well join and be involved with that as well. We arrange a bonding trip before everything is started, before the semester has gotten into full swing, the societies and clubs are active. We can have them working together from the get-go instead of this year extending to the second semester before everyone is working together. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time to listen to me. As I said, my manifesto is published in the foyer. I'd like to ask you to please vote for me to be your clubs and societies 2015 and 2016. Thank you.
Okay, and your second candidate for the position of clubs and socks officer is Theodora Kucha.
I'm currently in second year forensics. Some people might know me from being a chairperson of the volleyball club or also being the treasurer of the Rainbow Society. I'm running for club and socks officer again since I lost last year because I feel very passionate about all the clubs and societies and the involvement and great fun that creates for all the students. If I get elected, some of the things I'd like to accomplish are for all the different committee members and also as a committee in a whole. I'd like to develop an app that would contain all the training times, results, pictures and everything for all the clubs and societies of the college. I'd also like to work closely with our sports and recreation officer Tim Connor to make sure all the financial issues, all the paperwork and everything is run smoothly and all the I'd like to create a news feed which would have a monthly feed which would be printed and you could pick up a copy in key locations around the college. Also a feed which would go online every Friday or every Monday that would contain all the events, all the news and everything happening that week. I'd like to ensure the cooperation between all the clubs and societies to promote themselves and help each other out. Also, I'd like to work with our newly elected SU and equality officer to also create fundraisers and events that are beneficial for both. I'd like to ensure that everybody is welcome in all clubs and societies and treated equally. I'd help out every single club and society as much as I can and dedicate as much of my free time as possible to make sure any problems they get solved as quickly as possible. I'd also like to help organise fundraisers and other social nights that will help promote every single club and society and help us with their budgets and just getting out there and getting people more involved. My last point, I'd like to organise student games, which would be a week of fun games for everyone to join and to raise some funds for themselves. So thank you for your time and don't forget to vote the opposition block.
Alright, I think everybody agreed to very caring and experienced candidates here for clubs and socks officers, so hopefully those are questions. So if you have any questions for the position of club societies officer, I see. Is there anybody who hasn't asked a question yet who'd like to get in again? Alright, go on, you have the floor.
Thank you.
Just as outgoing clubs and stocks officer, I want to know how you can differ your role from that of the sports and recreational, and how can you keep it active throughout the whole year?
To both candidates, hear that question.
Ask for an answer from Theo first, and you have 60 seconds.
Well, Tim, our societies officer, he's more of a staff member. I'd like to be more of the student part of the local societies. I'd like to be a friend to everybody and help them out as a friend rather than just a teacher or a boss or something like that.
You know the question is really read everything.
So I feel Tim, as the staff member and the sports and recreation officer at the college, his job is to administrate clubs and societies and to make sure that they're accounted in order and that they're not doing anything that would badly represent the college. I feel the role of the clubs and societies officer is to help support and develop the societies more and the societies and clubs more, to ensure that they have everything they need to work properly together, and as well to help promote my role over the year. If we get the room that I work for the college, that would be managed by myself, so I can run that, and society and clubs will contact me to book into that room. I would also like to ensure that society and clubs run their own events over the year, and we keep in contact with them to ensure that this is the case. Thank you.
Have we any other questions for the position of Clubs and Societies Officer? Okay, there being no further questions, thank both candidates for their speeches. Okay, we are now going to move on to the hostings for the position of Deputy President for Welfare. So this is one of your full-time roles, and essentially candidates here, they're going to have 4 minutes each to speak. I'm going to just ask Sean Holman and Alex Murphy to the stage. Okay, so both candidates have 4 minutes to speak, and going in alphabetical order, I'm going to ask Sean Holman to address the stage first, please.
I feel that my role as chairperson would benefit me as your student union welfare officer, because I have gained a lot of experience in many different areas, such as managing a large team of over 25 active club members, running and organising a successful committee, and organising events and fundraisers throughout the year. I've also been selected by the college to be a student leader for the past 3 years. Student leader meant that for most first years coming into the college, I was their first point of contact. The role involved me introducing students around the college and telling them about my experience here at Tallaght IT, and hopefully making their transition from secondary school into first year a little bit expected. I feel that I would be an ideal to be your student welfare officer for the next year, because I've had first-hand experience in dealing with many of the areas that welfare entails. I myself and many of the students around me have had financial difficulties throughout the year, and being a grant student, I've encountered many difficulties such as filling out application forms, payment, and worst of all, being locked off food. I'm also an SAS recipient, and I feel that being here for 4 years, I've gained enough experience in both these areas that if a student was to approach me with a query, I have enough knowledge and determination to be able to find an answer to your problem. I promise that I can provide enough support and advice to be able to help the students. Going forward, if I'm elected as your student union welfare officer, here are some of the areas I wish to address. Firstly, mental health. Yes, college can be fun and offer amazing opportunities. It can also be a very stressful time for students. I've had first-hand experience with mental health, and I believe I can be a listening ear and provide support to lift the stigma around mental health. If elected, I'd like to increase awareness on services available to the students, such as Nightline, Gate to House. I'd like to introduce an assist training course to be able to educate the student union members and other people in the college about the effects of suicide. Secondly, sexual health. If elected, I continue to promote Shag Week. I'd also like to run a mini Shag Week in the first term of college. This means I can promote sexual health throughout the whole year. I'd like to organise a drop condom session because I know that some students are afraid and embarrassed to walk over to the SU. This way I'll pop them on your tables and all you have to do is pop them in your bag and no one will notice. Next of all, finance. I wish I could tell you that I'm going to increase the grant in the student assistance fund, but my plans have to be realistic. But what I can do is guarantee you that I'll work tirelessly in order to ensure there are no more cuts made to the SAF, and I'll lobby on behalf of you to make sure that fees aren't going to be increased. I will continue to hold workshops to help students fill out their grant application form, and I'll work alongside the fees committee to come up with payment plans for students who don't get grants. Physical health, I'd love to organise an Operation Transformation programme to help get the students here fit and healthy. Equality, I'd like to make ITT a multicultural college to provide opportunities for all students. I'd introduce diverse nights such as an Islamic dinner. I'd also like to introduce new dishes into the college such as a halal dish or some kosher food. Finally, I didn't get to address all my points, but I'd just like to say manifesto and look at some of my other ideas. We can all agree that Karen has done a brilliant job this year as our welfare officer, and I promise that I will continue to do her work and not let you down.
Thanks very much for that, Sean. Okay, your next candidate for the position of Deputy President for Welfare is Alex Murphy.
It's a pleasure to be here, to be able to address the student body and say why I would like to be the candidate for Welfare Officer 2016. My name is Alex Murphy, but you can call me Al. I'm a fourth-year business management student here in the college, and I'm also participating in this first level 6 volunteering program. I'm running for welfare because I believe I'm the person for the job. I'm a person and extremely motivated in anything I do, and I believe this will stand to you, the students, if elected. I enjoy playing sports and I'm currently a member of a number of societies within the college. I'm a class rep and managed to sort out a number of issues that have been brought to my attention during the year. Why welfare? Through my volunteering experience, I've heard and seen some of the most heartbreaking events far beyond anything I could have previously imagined. Life is difficult for everyone in many different ways, and sometimes this is forgotten. This first-hand experience I've gained from providing advice, assistance, support to those most in need has driven me to fight for the equality, rights and treatment of every student that they deserve. It's also important to defend these values and celebrate a diverse college as we grow towards university status. Welfare is an extremely important role, and through my 10-point manifesto in the foyer, I hope I can make real change to better everyone's experience here in IT Tallaght. I have the vision and the voice to represent and stand up for the students of IT Tallaght for all welfare issues. This starts with my open door policy. I want the office to be open to all students within the college, especially first, mature and international students. If the students won't come to me, I'll go to them. It's important students engage in their union, and I will introduce free cups of coffee and tea for anyone who wants to come over and have a chat with their welfare officer. I want to provide all students with information on all grants. I want to introduce workshops that will be able to help students find their feet when working their way through the grant application process. I want to provide students with information on all grants. I want to continue the good work that has been done over the years in regards to mental health. I want to support those who suffer from illnesses such as depression and help raise awareness for areas such as suicide prevention. These are very important, but we also must remember areas of mental health such as OCD and anxiety that are often sometimes forgotten. It's important that students get actively involved in sports in the college. It allows students to make new friends and enjoy other aspects of the college here in IT Tallaght. We all know that people in the college like to explore and have new experiences. Students need to be informed about safe sex and the services available in relation to family planning. I intend to work with the welfare crew in organising a hugely successful Shag Week, which will highlight the importance of sexual health and guidance. It's not uncommon for students to be unfamiliar with alcohol, drugs and addiction. I hope to provide information, advice and support for students who may face the challenges or be affected by someone who suffers from addiction in their family. There are a number of services that are available in the college, such as the Student Counselling Service, the Health Service, the Chaplaincy Service, Disability Office, Irish Planning and Planning Association, and of course the Student Union itself. I hope to make this information more accessible and readily available at all times during the college year. Charity events. I'd like to congratulate both Glenn and Kieran, who have just completed the first entry to jailbreak from Tallaght. It is a great achievement and the college will be extremely proud. If elected, I wish to encourage more students, and in particular the Student Union, to take part in this fantastic event. I hope to increase the numbers of the Tallaght sleep out and raise more awareness for people sleeping rough on the streets here in our home. It's important, it's a great social event and it brings students together. Finally, I'd like to create an Tallaght homeless month where we can get together and help those who are homeless in Tallaght and in town by providing them with food, clothing during Social Justice Week. I hope that you vote Alex Murphy #1 for Welfare Officer on the 11th and 12th of March because I'm in it for you, the students of Tallaght.
Okay, so we're going to open questions to the floor once more. So this is a full-time elected position for 1 year, salary, full-time paid, big deal really, so don't let them away with it too nicely now. So any questions? Maybe one question from over here? Okay, so the question was regarding to student finance, so what do candidates propose to do? So we're going to take an answer from Alex first and do 6 seconds.
Thank you very much for your question, Daddy. I think this is an extremely important question as I will be a very paying student as well. The first thing that I'd like to do is I'd like to reduce the cost within the college. I think the student card shouldn't be that expensive. You look at other colleges, it's not that expensive for a student card. I think it should be €10 for a student card. That's going to reduce your cost, especially if you lose a student card coming up to exams, which happens to everyone, especially over the 4 years. I want to work in relation to the local organisations around the area to make sure that we can have better deals, especially we can have better deals in this canteen to reduce the cost there. In relation to the actual fees that we're paying to assist students in how they can budget better, and I hope to give them advice and support. There is great training during when you're going for election, in July you get great training for the position of welfare, and I hope that I can bring all that in, and then if I was elected next year, that I can advise students accordingly on that matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your question. Yes, I am a grant student, but before I came here to Tallaght IT, I was actually in DIT, and being in first year, I was unaware of the system that was in place. I dropped out of college and I came to DIT, and at the time I was unaware that the government paid a student contribution charge. So when I was in first year, I got hit with the student contribution charge. So I know exactly what it feels like to pay fees. But not only that, I had to pay double what you're paying because I wasn't entitled to my grant back then. I already highlighted in my speech that time that if I was elected, that I'd work alongside the fees committee to come up with really good payment plans, and I'd highlight it more because maybe some students aren't aware that there is the payment plan available for students. So I'm not just in it for grant students, I can be there and I know exactly what it feels like to have to pay fees as well.
Maybe time for one more question for the position of Deputy President Welfare, and then go to the carry the mic area.
Hi, my little daughter is in the first year in the college, and I was just wondering, it was closed until November this year, so I missed most of the first semester of college. What to prevent that from happening?
Okay, so we take Alex first again.
Thank you very much for your question, Delegate. And the question has been, as we all know, has been a very serious issue within the college. I would hope to lobby to prevent this from ever happening again. I'm going to make it top of my agenda, especially because people, with children in the college would be a minority group and they mightn't be as well represented as you would like to be represented. And I feel that it is a very serious issue, and that I would sit down and make this a priority. Thank you.
Thanks very much for your question. I feel that the crash is a very big issue here in the college, and it's hard enough being a student parent and coming to college and trying to manage looking after your child and trying to get the work done, and probably most people at the same time. So it is a balance everything. I feel that if I was elected, I would lobby again to make sure that this didn't happen. I'm aware that the college provides a subsidy to student parents here to put their children into the crash. If the same problems did happen again, I'd make sure that I got in touch with local crashes in the area and that your child would find a place. I'd try my best at the college to use the subsidy that they've used for the crash here at the college to put it into the other crashes in the local area. I hope that answered your question.
Okay, so we're going to get one last round of applause for your two candidates for Deputy President Welfare, Sean Howard and Alex Murphy. Right, so pushing swiftly on, we have three candidates this time for the position of Deputy President of Education. So could I ask Ashley, Laura, Keith, Joe on the stage, please? Okay, so the first candidate for the position of Deputy President of Education is Ashley Cusack, in 4 minutes candidate.
Hey everyone, I'm Ashley Cusack and I want to be elected as your Education Officer for the year 2015-2016. Over my time here in the college, I've become involved with many clubs, GAB, Rainbow, football, and I've even thrown my hand at boxing this year. I want to bring these people skills I've gained and the confidence that I've learned into the Students' Union next year. Being a fourth-year student, you endure some pretty late nights, staying up studying and working hard on CAs. My hard work has paid off this year and I want this to be the result for you, the students, next year also. But it's not all work and no play. College is about getting an education and having a good time while you do it. As Education Officer, I want to make sure that the students get the most out of their time here in the college, and this is how I plan to do that. Over the past 2 years with Owen, the class rep system has come a long way, but there's still room for improvement. I want to restructure the recruitment of class reps, emphasising how important it is to elect the person that will best represent your class. I'll have incentives in place for reps which will encourage people to run for the position, hopefully resulting in a more competitive election process with the most deserved candidate being elected. I'll work closely with reps and create links between reps of different years in the same course. This means any knowledge of forthcoming CAs and workloads can be passed on to the students that are about to face them. CAs are a lot easier to handle if you know when they're coming, what to expect, and how to deal with them. It's really important that class reps know each other and become comfortable around running with each other so they can stand up and voice their opinions in meetings in front of one another. A class rep bonding session at the beginning of the year will definitely do the job there. The bookshop in the union is so handy, but with a bit of assistance from the college, it could meet students' needs much more effectively. Sometimes you trace over to the union just to find the book that's there. Fear no more, I want to request booklets from lecturers before the semester starts and buy books that are needed second-hand from online sites such as Amazon. This will save students money and the hassle of going online and trying to search for the books themselves. Let's face it, we don't want to be spending our money to find a half dozen brand new books in September. This will also mean students can have their books sooner and get cracking on with their studies and projects. The college has invested €3 million into the Premier House building for new classrooms. This will have computer labs for students to use for studying, or else classes will be moved from here to the building, freeing up space here in the college for labs. If elected, I will make sure to continually lobby the college to ensure they follow through on this promise. A number of the computers here in the college are broken. It's not good enough for students, and it's not what we deserve for the fees that we pay. Time and time again, we are delighted to have finally found that spare computer to then realise that the thing doesn't work. If elected, I will continually push to get all the computers in the college up and running effectively. As Education Officer, I will be persistent in getting the things we deserve, and I won't stop. I'll also make sure that computers are introduced into the Student Union for any quick CA touch-ups or submissions. I plan to introduce LinkedIn workshops throughout the year so students can people, jobs, news, updates and insights they'll need for when they leave college trying to find employment. I want to help each student become as successful as they can possibly be. The merger between ourselves, DIT and IT branch is happening in September and a lot of changes are going to go ahead. I want to make sure that any changes that are made with the students at the centre. I can be the strong voice that the college needs to defend itself, keeping the best interests of students at heart. We must not lose any services due to centralisation with this. We must continue to grow forward and stronger as a college, and I believe I can be part of this positive growth. I will battle to have your voices heard and fight for what you want and what you deserve as students. I'll listen to what you want and I'll do everything I can do to be the best education officer possible. Thank you for listening. I have other points in my manifesto which is outside or on Facebook that you can read. Please vote Ashton Cusack #1 for Education Officer. Thank you very much.
Next candidate for the position of Deputy President of Education is Laura Odell. So Laura, you have 4 minutes.
Hi everybody, my name is Laura Odell, your Education Officer. I'm a 4th year advertising marketing student and I consider myself a very approachable person as I'm currently the chairperson of the Drama Society. I have relevant experience of working on the student union as I was elected to the part-time position of Public Societies Officer in 2013. Both of these roles have taught me a lot about leadership and communication, which is something I think would stand to me as your Education Officer. If I was elected, there are a few ideas that I would like to implement. Over the past 2 years, there's been a huge improvement in the way the class rep system has run. We've seen a movement to a more class council-like system, and if elected, I wish to continue and build on the fantastic work that Owen Dunn has done in reforming the system. This year, there were more class reps than ever before, and it is my hope to increase this number again next year, and to keep the class reps engaged throughout the year and the sufficient training that they deserve. This year, the Student Union Bookshop has been extremely beneficial to students, because it allows them to buy books for a fraction of the retail price. I propose that we bring this service online so that students can see in advance what books are available in the student union to buy, instead of them having to come all the way over to the union just to realise that there are no books in stock. I also plan on liaising with lecturers before the beginning of the semester to get the list of books to ensure that there is a sufficient amount available for students. I really wish to raise more awareness about the services that the Health Office provides. Many students do not take full advantage of the grant service that are offered by Health, and some will even not even know where the Health Office is. I want to change this and increase the awareness and encourage students to get involved in their maths and English tutorials. For students struggling in other modules, I propose a similar study service, and I will try my best to organise tutorials for students who are struggling in these areas. Exams can be a very stressful time for some students, and in the lead up to exams, this can also mean looming CA deadlines. With this in mind, I will try to open a dialogue with the heads of departments or the lecturers in order to ensure that no more than one CA will be due on the same day for any class group. Having a CA schedule will allow students to focus on one CA at a time instead of having to try to get 3 or 4 done. It is evident that there's a lack of computers in the college, and I wish that I could stand up here and promise you more computers come September, but the reality of that is that I can't. However, with the opening of the new college building in Primary House, I will follow up with the work that the current education officer has done, ensuring that as classrooms move to the new building, that we can open up more computer rooms within the college. I do believe that I am the best person for this job. I have the passion, the dedication, and most importantly, I have the experience. So please remember when casting your votes this Wednesday and Thursday to vote Laura Odell #1 for Education. Thank you.
Thanks, Laura. Your third candidate for Deputy President for Education is Keith O'Kelly.
Hi everybody, my name is Keith O'Kelly. Some people may know me to see, but all people know me to hear. I am running for the position of your Education Officer. Obviously, over the last 4 years, I've stood exactly where you guys are. I've encountered academic, financial, and personal struggles, and through my degree, and all of which I've had to overcome myself. I don't want you guys to face the same problem. Education is the reason why we're all here. And it's difficult enough as it is. I'm always committed to helping students. As class rep, student leader, and member of the personal team, I'm aware of the possible difficulties encountered by students and the need for assistance and guidance.
This is what I'm passionate about, and I'm determined and ambitious about what I can achieve. Focus on these main issues. Building relationships. A strong relationship between the SU and students. I find there's too much reliance on social media to address issues and fundraising events. Writing a message on the screen is just not good enough. We cannot take for granted that social media reaches everybody, including Erasmus students, ritual students, and obviously new students. There needs to be a stronger link between students and SU. If I be elected, I propose and given an hour of my time each week and be available in the main foyer and can be approached to provide any assistance you may need. So an open door policy, so I will offer for you students. Lecture student communication. How annoying is it when you get a class cancelled to college? I have an hour's class followed by 3 or 8. I propose in tackling this issue by working closely with each head of department to prepare timetables like this situation will happen. If a lecturer is unable to contact the class, I provide every lecturer with a personal number and email address. And if a lecturer is unable to contact you, I provide everybody a lecturer with my own number and email address and ensure that all classes are notified in a reasonable time frame. The DTU merger. I've met with staff of ITT who are heavily involved with the DTU merger. From their perspective, they are confident the merger will happen by the 1st of September. This is all dependent on the legislation being passed and moved forward. I've read the relevant section of the Technological University Bill that states on established day that IT Tallaght will be dissolved. If elected, I will make sure the voice and spirit of our college remains. I will make it a priority to ensure that every single student is informed of the implications on our college. I will ensure that the most recent updates of the merger is brought to your attention and working closely with class reps. Suggestions and complaints. Sometimes it can be hard to approach somebody and tell them they're doing something wrong and how they can improve. I've seen at college that issues is only spoken amongst groups of friends and never actually dealt with. The introduction of a suggestion and complaints box in the college will generate further feedback and areas for improvement and can be dealt with accordingly. It will be put in a position that can be accessible for all students. Computer scenario. There's a problem with availability for computers within the college. I know how stressful it can be if you need an assignment finished or something needs to be printed off and there's no free computers. Or even more, somebody with a bag reserving a computer for a week time. I'm not going to make a false promise by saying I'm going to be able to get more computers. But there's a lot of rooms that are empty a lot of the time and now available to students when vacant. If elected, I'll provide my own timetable to everybody what rooms are free and where they are and be available when they usually are notice for it. Careers. Despite starting a new career being the ultimate goal of people in college, the career service is often underused. I will work closely with Maria Kilty, the careers officer, and propose to also assist alternative ways to gain career information. I will build a good working relationship between businesses and organisations to inform events, internships, placements, and volunteer opportunities, as well as vacancies. In addition, I am dedicated to improving all systems within the college to be effective. I propose to continue the class rep system, increase access and increase library hours remain the same. The students' union are here for you, and I guarantee you I'm the man for the job. Each candidate can relate to each role of the welfare officer and the president's officer, or president. Don't keep okay by education and all. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much for that, Keith. Okay, you're going to go back to the floor here. Do you have any questions for the position of Deputy President of Education? Okay. I'm going to go to the current education officer first.
Just want to quickly ask, every year the student union faces backlash regarding the results being released online during exam times, January and in the summer. I'm just wondering next year the students deal with that issue regarding the backlash for students and what they're going to do as well regarding online exam results. Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to take answers from candidates in reverse, so we're going to go Keith, Laura and Mike speak each.
Obviously, I've been a part of this for the last 4 years. Every student has the times in which the exams actually go out. You could say 12 o'clock, but realistically, you don't come out until 2 or 3 o'clock a day. So I proposed in order to, because what happens is when you're going online, everybody's on the server and it crashes down because there's 5 different colleges using the same server. What I propose in doing is actually having a set day for each college to access it so it won't crash, because Carol use it, and then you go away. So if we all had a separate day in which the actual results come out, I don't think it would be a problem. If there was a day, if we had Tuesday, someone else had Wednesday, someone else had Thursday, this will actually stop the server being crashed. So that's what I propose on doing. Basically, tell the students of IT Tallaght that'll be on a separate day towards everybody else getting them, and that will hopefully resolve the issue of getting the results delayed. Thanks very much.
As you know, this is an ongoing issue and it's happened every year for my 4 years here at ITTSU Tallaght. And of course the student union are going to face backlash for this, but what I propose is not having different colleges doing it on different days, but trying to release exam results per year would probably reduce the traffic. But also warning the students beforehand that the site may crash. Thank you.
Thanks for the question, Owen. It is a huge issue that's come every year, and students are very stressed at the time of results being released. What I would like to do is work closely with the president and the welfare officer and maybe organise a day of relaxation around the college where there's fun and games to relieve some stress. Then maybe during the day of the results being released, people won't be so pent up on getting them the minute they're out. So I hope that answers the question. Thanks.
Okay, so time for one more question. Glenn.
Hello? Just from reading manifestos from hearing speeches, I've heard a lot about the TU merger and about ends and stuff as well. The TU merger falls under the remit of the president, ITTSU steering committee, and only one went on as the president. Ends will fall under the remit of the ends office and the president as well. So I just want to know what you actually think the role of education officer entails.
The question was basically that the remit of events and the TU merger by and large fall under the president, so I suppose what relevance you see to the education officer position. So I'm going to go in order of Laura, Aisling and Keith, that's okay. What relevance does the TU merger have to the education officer?
I feel that the education officer has a very important role in the college. The education officer is to look after all the academic affairs of the students, guide them through the exam periods, and also run a very successful class rep system in order to get all the students involved, to get the opinion of the students in the college towards the student union and towards their education in the college. Thank you.
Thanks, Glenn. I believe the role of education officer is to host class rep meetings and make sure that they're listening to what the students want and need. I also want to help people with their appeals processes if they feel they want to get their results reviewed. I want to sit on academic council with the other two student union reps and make sure that any discussions about new courses or new programs are always for the benefit of the students here in ITTSU Tallaght.
The introduction of one of my points in the manifesto is suggestions, complaint spots, I think would really engage students. If they don't want to approach the students' union with a problem, they can anonymously do it, and then we can actually review it in our own time, and also give feedback to the students of what actually it is. So if that actually, if the TU merger in some sort of way intimidates you, you feel that the merger is going to affect them in so many different ways. I was talking to some staff members, and actually this year, the year 2015-2016, is the merger is actually going to take place, but more changes is going to happen in the following year. That's going to be changed as of this year, but as an education officer, I'll still work with class reps to obviously get feedback and to see what ideas and what sort of implications this will have on the students, but I don't change this much as of for next year. Maybe the year after, on which the work that we really need to be done. But I feel that obviously feedback from the students is also key, and it is key. Thanks, Ben.
Sorry, just for parents, I'm going to keep the answers to a minute. So, any final question for the candidates today, President for Education? No? Okay, perfect. So, just like to thank Aisling, Laura and Keith once more for standing up here. speeches. Right, so on to the main event. So this is going to be your presidential debate. As you guys know, your SU president, the chief spokesperson of the those jobs here, so it's important that you skip the initial grilling. So each candidate is going to have a maximum of 5 minutes to speak. We go to questions then. You have two candidates, Carl Goslin and Jessica Wall, and I'd like to ask Carl Goslin to address first. So Carl, you have 5 minutes.
My name is Carl Goslin and I'm a fourth-year business management student. I've been a college officer representative of the Students' Union for the past 2 years. And during my time, I've seen the introduction of Equality Week, the running of a mock referendum on marriage equality, resulting in 91% of the student body of Tallaght voting in favour of marriage equality. I've been involved in all campaigns and events and have represented you on a local and national level. Throughout my 4 years in the college, I've been highly involved in college life in many ways. I formed the LGBT Society in my first year in the college and it is now very successful, and this year will run their very own Rainbow Week. At first year inductions over the last 3 years, I've built a great rapport with both students and staff alike. In addition to this, I've been a volunteer on the peer support program, and through this role, I've assisted first year management class tutors this year to implement the peer support learning program, and I hope that this will be implemented throughout the college in the coming years. The following are my plans if elected as your presidential representative. I was a Susie Grant student under unusual circumstances, and I know through experience how difficult and confusing the process can be. During my second year, I fought for my grant for 13 months, and at the time I felt that the support in the student union was very poor. Thankfully, Karen has turned this support system in the student union around. However, if elected, I intend to ensure that all full-time student union officers will be trained in the Susie Grant system. Therefore, if the welfare officer is unavailable, one of the other student union representatives will be able to help you. A customer relations management system is a system where your complaint or problem is documented on your file, and the record of the problem is kept, the person who dealt with you, and the status of your problem, whether it's pending or resolved. This is not new in many colleges around Ireland, but it is not implemented here yet. It has been extremely successful in Tallaght IT, and the turnaround time has been improved. Apologies. For example, if you have an issue with your grant and therefore outstanding fees, you do not have to go through your full story each and every time you visit the registrar's office. Your file will be pulled up and your information and your status queries would be there. Sorry. As I'm sure you're all aware, we are merging with DIT and IT Blanche this year, and hopefully moving forward with the technological university. I've met with heads of the college to discuss the current status, and I've been assured that we are being treated fairly in the merger. If elected, I can promise you that I will represent you at every meeting for the GTU merger and ensure that your voice, the students of Tallaght, is heard. The current Students' Union have turned around the class rep system, and I feel it has been of great benefit to you, the students of Tallaght. If elected, I assure you that this system will be implemented still, with officer reports ensuring that the Students' Union is held accountable to you, the students of Tallaght. There has been a huge problem with prices in our college canteen. If elected, I intend to meet the area manager to get a better understanding of their pricing structure and to discuss better meal deals for the students of the college. In addition to this, I will contact local restaurants and shops to get better meal deals for the students of Tallaght and ensure you can survive on your weekly budget. The current SU has taken amazing steps in lengthening the library hours leading up to exam time. However, I wish to improve on this even more. I will meet with library staff and discuss the possibility of student union officers supervising later or extra hours made available in the library leading up to exams. I feel entertainment in the college is excellent, however I wish to shake it up. If elected, I will run a survey for the first 2 weeks of college in September to gauge what the students want in terms of entertainment. I hope to run a bigger and better variety of entertainment, hopefully creating something that everyone will want. The current Students' Union have created an ITTSU mobile ready website. I think this is an amazing asset to you, the students of the college. If elected, I will ensure that the website is kept up to date and active, and I personally log on it with updates in regards to college news, local lunches, and upcoming events. Many of you completed the Irish National Survey last year and filled out an additional comments box. In this box, I have been told by a senior member of staff that there were many complaints or issues about the college raised. I've already organised that if elected, I will meet with this member of staff to view these comments. I will only see the comments and no names. Through doing this, I hope to further address additional issues raised by you and ensure they are dealt with. So remember, vote Tallaght as #1 for equality, because united, we are stronger. Thank you.
Thanks, Cathal. Okay, so your second candidate is Jessica Wall, and Jessica, you have 5 minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Wall and I'm running for your student community president for the year 2015-2016. I'm your business management student and I'm going to give you a brief summary of the plans I have if elected. A lot of you may be unaware that there has not been a female student union president here at Tallaght for 11 years now. I'm extremely passionate about this position and I'm confident I have the skills to change this fact. I've been an active member here at Tallaght throughout my 4 years. I'm currently the club's first ever female chairperson, and I believe the experience I've gained from this will benefit me as your president. I have a lot of new ideas I'd like to implement if elected, and as your president, I'll be committed to any task I'm given. I'd love the opportunity to represent you, the students of Tallaght. I want to have a high level of interaction with you and represent you both. If elected, I propose to start an ITTSU online magazine, which will be updated on a regular basis. This page will give you all the information you need regarding upcoming events and basically on the college. As your president, I would love to push this idea because it will get you involved with your union and about what will be displayed in the further left. As president, I believe it's important for you students to voice your opinion. Therefore, if elected, I would love to introduce a system. This would allow you to give your suggestions, complaints or improvements for what you want to see a union do for you. I believe this system would benefit you because we need to know exactly what problems you're having so we can do our very best to try to fix them. Remember that you're my boss and I want to do my very best to work for you. If elected, I intend to work closely with the education officers to hold workshops in the college to help prepare you for getting a job once you finish. Example of these workshops, which I intend to introduce, would include CV writing skills and presentation skills. I'm confident that this will benefit a lot of you because I understand how difficult it is to excel at these skills. As well as these workshops, I'd like to advertise jobs in the local area, which would be ideal for students. I appreciate the difficulty of trying to get a job, first of all, then trying to fit it around your college schedule. This is why I would like to help as many of you as possible applying for the latest jobs in the area. And if I am elected, I would love to advertise these jobs in my proposed ITTSU email. Personal experience, I've not received much guidance on what I can do once I receive my degree. I believe that it's important for you to know exactly what you can do with your qualifications once you finish college. After working hard throughout the years, it would be great to put your degree to use. And for this reason, if I am elected as your president, I would love to organise and host a graduate fair in the college. Companies will be able to come in and inform you students on what exactly they want from you and which you might have. I am so confident that this will benefit many people and will open your minds to further opportunities available to you. I honestly believe that the clubs and societies here at Tallaght are brilliant. The amount of work that each person does behind the scenes is admirable. Joining the clubs and societies at college is a great way to meet new people and of course have some fun. For me personally, I've had an amazing time being part of the GAA club here and I recommend everyone to join which interests you with a wide range available. For this reason, if I am elected as your president, I intend to bring the clubs and societies together with the union and help to showcase them and their achievements. I would love to work alongside the clubs and stocks officers to help highlight successful moments and the dedication that's put in by all. I am also aware of how difficult it can be to organise members for various reasons such as CAs, and I would love to help in any way I can, so I intend to promote any upcoming meetings, trainings or events in my proposed email also. I've experienced some very memorable events since my first year here at ITTSU. As your president, I would love to help make these memories happen for you students. I'm confident that I can continue the hard work the lads have put into the entertainment side of college. If elected, I will work closely with the ENS officers to help bring you more of the excellent events that the lads have carried out. I would like to introduce themed events, but also more on-campus events to get everyone involved because it's always nice to have a break away from the books. I believe that there are many talented individuals here in the college and if elected, I propose to showcase their talent through future events. Finally, I believe I should get your #1 vote for president for this coming year because I put all my effort with you, the students, in mind at all times. I'm dedicated and committed to any task I'm given and I don't leave things unfinished. I'm very understanding and approachable and I believe I'm always up for some fun. These are some of the characteristics which I have which will help me excel as your president. I intend to hit the ground running, have more of the fellow union members to have everything prepared for you next year. So, everyone, let's make history and vote me number 1 for your female president, first female president in 11 years. I know I would do an amazing job and I won't let you down. Thank you.
Thanks, Justin, for your speech. Right, so, questions? You have a question left?
Just before all of you, well done your speeches to start off. We've had a lot of candidates talk. A lot of candidates have big ideas. And our reality is that over our term in the student union, the budget was cut 55% our first year, and we're struggling to get money this year as well. So with all these big ideas that are planning on coming in, how do you plan on implementing them, or how do you plan on getting extra money for the union to implement them?
Okay, so we go reverse, so I'll take Jessica first and you 6 seconds.
Thanks for your question, Glenn. I appreciate how difficult it is, and that's why in my speech I did not promise to bring bigger or better events to Tallaght, because I didn't want to promise anything that's not going to happen. I want my goals to be honest and achievable. This is why I would like to try to fundraise more and get everyone involved and not tell me exactly what they want in their events, as I know that it's very difficult to get funding for it.
Thanks for the question, Glenn. We've been involved in the student union for the last 2 years, a quota of 55%. Hopefully moving forward, I do hope to get local businesses involved. At the end of the day, graduates from this college are moving forward and you will eventually be the employer and businesses just outside of Tallaght as well. So I hope to get those involved, businesses such as SAP, Intel, involved and maybe fundraise with donations from them. Thank you.
Next question, folks. Come on, this is for President of the Students' Union. Somebody must have a question. Brilliant. Yourself?
In my 4 years, I've been here every year in the canteen, and I know that I've tried on the SU, but what can you do in your 4 years that will change what they've already changed?
Okay, so we'll take all the rest of the stuff.
Thanks for the question, Amy. Well, first of all, like I said, I want to meet the local area manager for here to meet with them and discuss their pricing structure and maybe get a better understanding or how they actually put the prices on things. Also, I want to make sure that when the tender comes up for tender again, that other companies are aware that it's up and make sure that there's a bit of competition to ensure that the prices are actually going to have a bit of competition as opposed to just being unopposed. Thank you.
Thanks for your question. Since I started here in first year, the canteen has improved so much, so it would be difficult to improve it even further. But I will do anything I can in order to get each student exactly what you want from the canteen. If it is better prices, I'll continue to have meetings in order to get you exactly what you want and to continue getting more deals that the lads have already brought in their term.
You have one more question, anybody? Students' Union President, no hand, is it?
My question is just about the merger with Blanchardstown and New and Grange on campus. Like we've started here, we were in first year, and as the merger comes together, people be moving out of here, moving out to Grange on campus, or do you know a lot of our actions on things? What's your opinion on that?
So I suppose just a general opinion for the candidates on the merger.
Yeah, on the merger, but like if it does happen that we got to pay this, we can move out to Grange on. What's your opinion on that? What kind of what's happening on the issues?
Okay. Jessica, you go first in 6 seconds.
Thanks for your question. And there are many big changes coming our way for IT Tallaght. The merger is a great thing to happen to this college. And as your president, I will ensure that our voice is not heard, our voice is not forgotten. I will do my very best to make sure that the students of IT Tallaght get exactly what they want from the merger, and I assure you that it will benefit you in the long run.
Thanks for the question. In answer to your question, no. Students that are currently here, first, second, third, and fourth years will not be affected by the merger. It's students that are later coming in that it will.
One more question, is there?
Yeah, can I just ask the candidates really just to sum up in one question or one sentence really? how you plan to improve on the student union president role. So can you just really say like a couple of words as to why you think you'll be the best candidate?
Okay, so to wrap up, going with Cahill and then Jessica, and Noam's question is basically what makes you the best candidate for the job. What are you going to bring to the role of president?
Thanks, Owen. I think I would be the best candidate for the role of president, as I have 2 years' experience on the student union. I've worked very closely with the student union since I came in first year, reformed the LGBT society. I've been highly involved, like I said, in student life around the college. I have great connection and relationship with staff in the college as well as students in the college. And I think that I'm a well-rounded candidate that can complete the role to what it needs to be if elected as president. Thank you.
Thanks for the question. For me, the role of president is listening to the students and always having their thoughts at heart. No matter what my opinion is on anywhere, if that's not what the students want, then that's not what I'm going to go for. I'll always disregard my own opinion and do exactly what I can for the students. And as your president, I would love to have more engagement. Anyone come up and talk to me, I'm very approachable, and that's what it means to me. So thanks, Al.
Just get a final round of applause for all the candidates for president. Also, I just want to say thank you to Glenn for coming out from USI. Glenn is currently running for USI president as well, so we want to wish him the best of luck in that campaign. And lastly, the polls open from 10 to 3 tomorrow and Thursday, so do get out, have your say, drag your class out, make them have their say, because these are the lads and ladies that will be looking after you next year, so do make sure you get out and vote this Wednesday and Thursday. Thank you.